Hello, friends. We are here on, what's the date? April 10th?
That sounds absolutely.
April 10th. Yeah, April 10th. At 8:45 at night on, it's Monday. And 63 degrees.
Beautiful.
Unflippin' believable. And south wind, 9 miles an hour, so you really can't beat that too much.
Nope.
Clear skies. So here we are. It's the pod. With me, as always, Brad O'Connell.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay. You know, it's been a crazy last couple days. Easter weekend.
It has.
Let's do a quick recap of how everything went. Let's start in the O'Connell household. Talk to me about how your last couple days went, how everybody handled things.
It was chaotic. Good chaotic. So, Friday, no school. Got to stay home. Luckily, Jamie worked from home, so it was kind of a daycare, chill, nice, relaxing.
Understandable.
With that said, everybody in our house has a cold right now. So,
snotty noses are in full effect.
Yes, we are booger central right now.
Yep.
So battling a little tiredness, a little unsure of the holidays.
Yep.
Out of the norm. But so far so good on Friday.
Okay.
Saturday, we make a road trip back to my mom's house.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was an Easter celebration because she's moving. Okay. Later this summer, so we started going through a bunch of stuff at her house. Mm-hmm. They got toys from 30 years ago.
Of course, those are the best ones.
Oh, now we got them all at our house.
And there's a reason they last that long, because they're made the best back then.
Sadly, we pulled out some, like my cousin's like, hey, that tractor right there, sell that thing. That's like $150. Too bad it's broke, like dang it.
Yeah.
But so we got a bunch of new toys.
Those are fun because you never know what you're gonna find.
Well.
Or maybe you do know what you're going to find and you're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Like, my dad built me a nice toy barn set. So we got that back, and the girls were absolutely thrilled to start playing with it.
Okay. Yep.
So we had that. Saturday, that was most of the day. Sunday, the Easter Bunny showed up, bright and early, 6:30. Mm-hmm. Wake up for that. The little guy hit 99 Easter eggs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. It was...
Wow.
He spent some time at our house.
Jeez.
Yep.
It's impressive.
It was. Which is amazing, because, and I saw this on Facebook a lot, it takes 3 hours for my kid to pick up the living room. It takes a minute and a half for them to find 77 or whatever Easter eggs.
It's so true.
That was our house.
It's so true.
In, I think, 15 minutes, it was over. They had found them all.
Wow.
We're cracking them open, putting things away. It's like, where did this come from? And then I took a nap.
Yeah.
After that.
Well deserved.
It was great.
Sounds like it. Jeez.
So yeah, that was our Easter.
But the family handled it well.
They did.
Sleeping well, all that stuff.
Depends on the night, but yes.
Okay. I completely understand.
Yeah. I think the sugar crash Sunday night with the cold and traveling really did everybody in. Tonight was a little rough at our house.
Yep.
The morning was pretty rough as well, but that's expected, I feel.
I think
with
that's
the holidays.
Totally expected.
So, yeah.
Very
there we
good.
Go.
Very good.
How about the Pollock household?
Woo! You know what? I'm going to say we had a track meet Thursday night. Okay?
Which I heard went well.
Went well. I'm excited about the squad.
Yes.
I think we're as deep as we've been in my 13 years.
Side note.
Yes, go.
According to Twitter, boys won the meet tonight.
I saw that.
So congrats, Coach Heron and the Falcon boys.
Took down the field at East Marshall tonight. Sounded like and here's another one. Girls soccer tonight. Okay, girls soccer. A battle with GRGC. Yes, came out on the short end, 8-7, but they fought to the very end. So that's pretty exciting.
Right.
So I think, spring athletics are in full swing at AP and all across the state of Iowa, and it is a chaotic
It is.
time of year in schools.
Love it though.
Yes, I do. It's fun.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, Friday. Our Friday was spent much like yours was, just kind of, just like a nice day. I mean, not necessarily a nice day because it wasn't.
No,
I don't think it wasn't very good. And I tell you what, we live on Dorothy Avenue. There's a reason they call it Dorothy Avenue. It's because it's the windiest street.
Ooh, I will put my street up against you.
Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. And that's fine. See how we did that, young people?
We did.
We agreed to disagree. Okay. But anyway, just a nice and relaxing day with the family on Friday. Saturday is when the chaos started. I stayed home with the boys, and Carly brought Ivy. We have a future Olympic figure skater on our hands.
Really?
She takes lessons every Saturday morning at Young Arena in Waterloo.
Nice.
So they went to that while I stayed with the boys, and we played around. When we met them in New Hartford on their way back, we went into enemy territory and stole all their Easter eggs. Just kidding. We found them. We had a good day though there. We got our fair share. So we had the New Hartford Easter egg hunt there, and I can't talk too bad. It was family of mine that put it on, so it's kind of like, you don't want to ruin the show. They did a really good job. Really good job. That's there. Good. We went home, hung out for a while, and then at 1 o'clock, by golly, it's the Applington Easter egg hunt. So we head over to A-Town and got our eggs there really fast. We were really fast. I tell you what, I've never been more proud of my 3 almost 4-year-old, because we talked. Our game plan was to take off sprinting as soon as it said go. We're going to work the far end of the area.
Good game plan.
And we got our 8 eggs as fast as possible.
Max at 8?
Yes. Which was,
Yeah, that's all right.
You work hard to get that 8.
You know what? I would rather have that than they just go.
Yeah.
And you see one kid with 40 and one kid with 2.
Well, I'm that guy that says my kid's going to have the 40.
You know what? I am too. And I think that's a good lesson for a kid. Like, hey, if you want to work hard, you'll get more.
Right.
There ain't
no participation prizes here, son.
Absolutely not.
Get what you deserve.
Right.
But, yeah, it was good. I tell you what, by Saturday afternoon, if I remember correctly, the weather was respectable. It was a little windy, but it was really nice. It was nice to have sun. So we made it. I think we got to Saturday night and got everybody in bed at a decent time, which is really difficult for us to do. And then it was my wife and I don't want to ruin anything for anybody on here, but we started putting the Easter baskets together, and I think we did a really good job.
Nice.
And that's mostly Carly.
I would say mostly Jamie did that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I packed all of the eggs.
Good for you. That's good. It's a big job.
With that said, been watching a new series on Netflix.
Okay.
Season 1 of The Night Agent.
Okay.
If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
So I was, watching that and packing eggs.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the big day rolls around. Started off, we had our own little Easter egg hunt at about 7 o'clock in the morning. After the kids found their Easter baskets, just in our own front yard. It wasn't nothing big, nothing crazy. Went to church, had a good time at church. They had another Easter egg hunt at church.
Man.
Around the sanctuary there. Headed up to Allison, to the in-laws' place. Had another Easter egg hunt up there. So there's a running tally right now. Okay. So then we went to my parents' place. Had another Easter egg hunt.
That's there. 5 if I'm counting right.
That's 5. And by golly, we can't not come back to Parkersburg and have one at my mother and father-in-law's place. So we had another one about 5 p.m. 5 p.m. So I don't know what that was, 5 or 6?
6.
That's a lot.
Yep.
But by the end of the day, about 6:30, our kids were cashed.
Oh, I bet.
Just ready to fall asleep. So, needless to say, they got to bed at a good time. I think they slept pretty decent, or they slept decently long this morning. I was gone. We had workouts and stuff in the morning. But I think they did all right. So, overall, I'd say it was a success.
Nice.
And kind of like you said, they were really tired today, too. I think that had more to do with being outside.
I would agree with that.
It just takes it out of you a little bit more. I think it was about 5 o'clock, and Austin looks at me and says, "Dad, I want to go to bed." I'm like, "No, son,
not yet.
You're not going to bed."
Nope.
So he made it to 6:30.
Time to man up.
Yep. Had we grilled pork chops tonight.
Ooh. That sounds good.
So it was, I'd say overall, a successful Easter. It's a bit of a grind. Every holiday for us is a bit of a grind here because we got, both sets of parents around here, a lot of cousins.
Right.
And then when my family comes up from the Des Moines area, it's crazy.
Right.
So, but it was good.
I was saying, for ours, it's just a lot of travel. Maybe not the craziness and 7 Easter egg hunts later.
Yep.
It's just the hour and a half drive home.
Yeah. And
and that's, I should say, hour and a half back. It's an hour and a half home. Like that, 3 hours in the car just drains.
And I'm like, it could go either way on what's more difficult. I think both have pluses and minuses.
Correct. I would agree with that.
If you're big into naps, obviously, 3 hours in the car is probably a decent time for a nap, right?
Yep. If you can get them to nap.
If you can get them to nap.
That's part of it.
So
our kids are great at napping in the car.
Yep.
As long as the car is moving.
Okay. Yeah.
So
why would you have them in the car not moving? What's the deal?
Well,
go through the drive-through or what?
When the big one all of a sudden's got to go, hey, we got to go potty.
Okay. Yep.
And you got to find the Casey's.
Yeah. Yeah.
That 10 minutes of waiting for her to go potty and come back is 10 minutes of torture.
Yeah, I get it.
And both of them, the middle and the youngest, just whine and cry and like, oh my God, like, come on now. Like, stick with me. Yeah. We'll move here in a minute. And then the second you start moving, they're fine. That's it.
It's so weird. So weird how that works. But, like I said, there's probably pluses and minuses to, having to travel versus not having to travel. We'll have to wait for another pod for that topic, maybe.
Maybe.
But, good Easter.
It was.
So, I don't know. What do you think? Moving on to the next topic?
I think so.
All right.
Is something burning up here?
Yes, I think we have a huge fire. A friend of the podcast, Brady Driscoll, tipped me off about that. Asked me if I could see a huge fire from my house. I could not see it from my house, but I definitely see glowing smoke.
There's plenty of glow and smoke.
Yeah, as we're rolling down the street here, so I think we'll probably see it here in a little bit, but I'm guessing it's already been attended to.
No lights or anything, so I'm assuming we're good here.
Controlled, it's got to be, you think.
You think.
So we'll see.
All right.
But anyway, Brad, I since this was the next topic was your idea, I think you need to introduce it.
Okay. Well, I've been trying to think of how to introduce this.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the best way I came up with it.
Okay.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? I feel like
paranormal activity.
I feel like when you say ghosts, it's like we're 12 again.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, Casper. No.
Correct.
Okay. Do I believe in paranormal? I'm just gonna come out and say that I do. I do. How about yourself?
I do to some extent.
Okay. Can you explain that to me?
Like, you hear stories and you see things on TV, and it makes you go like, okay, like how realistic is it?
Yeah.
Now there's sometimes where the story and facts and things start to kind of line up together. You're like, oh boy, like maybe there is something there.
Yeah.
But not all the time. Is the thing.
You're a deep thinker, because I just think everything on TVs and movies is 100% real.
Yeah. See, like, I would love to think that, but I know it's not true. So, because I've seen Ghost Adventures. I've watched that numerous times on Travel Channel.
Yep.
I like the older episodes way better than the newer.
Okay. And I don't watch it, so you just keep talking.
There were three guys. They go into a haunted house or whatever, prison, island. They lock themselves in overnight. Night vision camera.
Yep.
That's it. They try to spook up spirits, and they've done that. And there's been things that like fly across the screen or
scratches. Did
Nope.
they do like scratches or anything like that?
Nothing like that.
Heads up, sorry.
One of them was what he said was like is not abducted. That's not the right word. Possessed.
Yeah.
One night, in the middle of their ghost adventuring.
So the adventurer got possessed?
Yes, got possessed.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, when you see that on TV, you're kind of like, oh, maybe they're like, this is kind of real. But it's television. So how much fact do you actually put into it?
It's a great question. Probably something we'll never know.
Correct. But we have a coworker. We'll leave him nameless at this point. Maybe unless he comes on the podcast, then we could actually ask him about it.
Right, which, yes, that's going to happen.
Yep, I think it needs to happen.
Nicer, probably.
Correct. 75 or above.
Yeah.
But he thinks his house is haunted.
Okay.
He's had a few paranormal things happen.
But there's paranormal and there's, instances. Coincidences. All that type of stuff. Wind.
Right.
Just leaving stuff out that accidentally falls. Like, yeah. It happens.
Right. Now, I mean, when you're sitting on the couch and a box just falls off the end of the couch, is that a ghost or coincidence?
How do you know? Maybe a fly just landed on it and knocked it down.
Gravity finally took over.
Okay.
Slickness of the couch. I don't know.
Okay. My thoughts on this whole thing. I truly 100% believe in paranormal activity. I believe in spirits. Because I think when you talk paranormal activity, I think you automatically think it's like negative or evil.
Right, I agree with that.
And I don't think that is the case. I think, yes, there is evil experiences, there is evil paranormal activity, but I also think that there's, and not to think that it's, just a movie, but when you talk about like haunted hospitals and stuff like that, I think there are people crying out for help.
Right.
Now, like, what is that? Like, how do you help them?
I don't know.
It's never happened to me, so I don't know.
Right.
But I do believe that they're wanting something, and it's not like I'm gonna get you. It's I need something.
Right.
And can that ever be helped? I don't know. That's not for me to figure out.
That's I'm
probably not going to be put in that situation. No. However, it would be very awesome to do a podcast inside of a haunted whatever.
I'm just telling you right now. You go have your fun. I'm out.
We do this podcast together. It's two guys on a walk, not one guy sitting in a haunted hospital or whatever.
You can walk on the inside, and I'll stand on the outside and radio in.
That's whatever. It can't happen.
I'm just telling you right now. I won't even go to a haunted house on Halloween.
Well, I'm not going to go in on Halloween. That's the worst time to go.
Or in general, I'm not going in because this is my fear. I would hate to find out that my idea of paranormal is true, that they are out there, and that we're walking through this place, and I get touched or by something, and I look at you like, dude, get your hands off me, and you're like, nope, it's not me. And that's it. Like,
so if you ever want to get, in my opinion, the closest that you can possibly get to being in a fake paranormal activity, go to the historical home on Halloween or around Halloween, whenever they do the haunted mansion, historical home, whatever. Okay? I feel like somebody's sending us a warning shot.
I know,
right
no
now.
kidding.
Okay? We just got
we're in red tonight.
Yeah.
Not all black like our normal attire.
Yeah. But if you go to the historical home when they open it up on Halloween, I am freaked out by that place. And I will never step foot in that place unless there are lights on. Because I could 100% see how that place would be haunted. I've never heard it is, but...
Well, have you ever heard of Lenox College?
I don't know if I have.
It's in Hot Kitten, Iowa.
Okay.
It was a college during the Civil War time.
Okay.
And there has been actual, like, and I'm going to say footage in quotation marks, that place is haunted.
Okay.
Been there.
Okay.
Now, we took a field trip there. It's like 10 miles, 10-minute drive from my hometown. Hopkins makes up part of my school district.
Oh, okay.
So we've gone there on field trips and toured it, and it's really cool and interesting, a lot of history. But,
okay.
like, it's haunted. At night, like, lights in the building will turn on and off. Well, now, is that faulty wiring from the Civil War days? Or a ghost in there flipping on the light so he can walk around and see what's going on?
I think you should go in there and check it out.
Maybe we have to make a road trip.
Okay, so talk about all the other haunted places that you've heard of. I know of a couple, like the Villisca axe murder house.
Yep.
Obviously, I don't think I'll ever step foot in that place.
Nope.
I've heard of the Farrar. Farrar has this abandoned school building.
I haven't heard of that one.
That they say is haunted. That's not far. That'd be, hour and 30-minute trip. Get down to Farrar.
There's, I don't know how much I should say. There's one a lot closer.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know of anything close now.
There's one a lot closer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. That is for a non-off-air conversation.
That might be next October topic or something like that.
There we go. I gotta get it okayed with the person.
Okay.
And then we can talk about it, but it will
make you think a little bit more.
It'll freak you out. I'm just gonna tell you that. It will freak you out.
And this is from a guy that doesn't fully believe in it.
Correct.
So that's
this is why I believe in it. Because she has evidence to back up the claims.
Okay. Yep.
And that's where it gets weird.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think about. We've talked about this off pod.
Right.
Okay. Now I know. All right. Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah.
Maybe a new guest. Who knows?
Maybe.
And there's probably more. There's probably more situations where even closer that are possibly haunted. I truly think that they're out there. Do I believe some of the movies and stuff that have portrayed it? The whole Paranormal Activity movie sequence, whatever you want to call it. I don't necessarily believe in that one.
I got a funny story with that one.
Okay.
So I was in college when Paranormal Activity came out. We drove to it down to Cedar Rapids on Halloween night to watch it.
Okay.
We're walking out of the theater, and there's a dude in front of me. He's big. Like, if he didn't play D1 football, someone missed out on this dude. He was huge.
Okay.
We walk out of the theater, and some guy comes running up and yells, "Boo!" to scare everybody as we're walking out of the theater. It's dark. This football player dude turns and drops him.
Oh.
Like, that was it.
Well, you got to know you don't do that, especially to the biggest guy in town.
Well, I think he just wanted to scare whoever came out the door first. He was first.
Oh, bad luck.
And down he went.
Wow.
And I'm just looking like, well, you kind of deserve that one. Like,
yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Funny. Glad it wasn't me.
I mean, yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, that's fair. Well, if anybody out there in the podverse, knows something or knows of something or someone or some place that we don't know about, by golly, I want to hear about it.
No kidding.
We may do an on location at some point. But it's good talk. That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, so I think it's time to move on to topic number 3 for the night.
Okay.
And we kind of went into one of the main reasons I think that our podcast is interesting is because we don't necessarily research these topics, and some people might be like, "You guys are idiots."
Yep.
You don't even do your homework, but I think it makes it authentic.
Right.
Either we know it or we don't.
Right. And we're not afraid to admit that we don't know.
Probably 90% of the time we really don't know. But we had this all discussed on our last one, and because of technical difficulties, we got cut off. So I feel like it's necessary to bring it back. Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to bring up Caitlin Clark, Iowa women's basketball player. Obviously, just had a phenomenal, unbelievable season.
Yep.
Unbelievable tournament run. She has Like, you can't say she has extra place in Iowa history because her career is not done.
It's not done yet.
So by the time, if she decides to stay for her 2 years, she is going to rewrite every offensive record book in the NCAA. And there's no question about that. Not even close.
She might do it next year, just staying one more year.
Right. So, Miss Clark is really good. I think we just decided that.
Yep.
So, as a Hawkeye fan, not me, not talking about me. What up? You know, I'm not. I'll play devil's advocate on this topic.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you had a Mount Rushmore of Iowa athletes, so the top University of Iowa athletes of all time, start naming names. I'm not saying you got to end at 4.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad we had technical difficulties because this totally helps me prepare so much better.
Okay. All right.
Because obviously now Kinnick has to be on the list.
Okay. Yep.
Chris Street has to be on the list.
Okay.
How you want to put them 1, 2? I don't know.
So you're saying those two guys are 1, 2?
I feel like they have to be.
Okay.
Okay. Then how do you not put Caitlin 3?
Yep.
Or if you, let's say we just go
well, she's on there. She's on there.
1A for the top 2.
Now,
interchangeable.
I gotta say this. Remember, on Mount Rushmore, it's not guys tiered top to bottom.
Correct.
It's 4 guys across.
You're right. That's a good point.
Okay. So it does not have to be in any certain order.
Yep.
Okay. So you got Niall Kinnick, you got Chris Street, you got Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
Number 4 is.
This is where I don't know. You got a lot of athletes that have gone through there that could be on that list.
Okay. And you are choosing.
And you could say Dallas Clark, Brad Bank, Chris Long,
Chuck Long.
Chuck Long.
Come on, man.
My bad.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you go Reggie Evans with the double doubles? I mean, that was a huge stat when he did it. Not now.
Right.
Luka Garza. Where does he fit?
Yep.
Oh, now I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh my God, I feel like an idiot.
You're gonna say Chris Kingsbury, aren't you?
No.
What sport?
Wrestling.
Tom Brands?
Oh, you got to put him up. Where
are you
he
talking about the new guy?
Yeah,
that just got done.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Spencer Lee. Okay.
Like, you got to put him on there.
Yep.
Do
you though? Didn't even win a national championship his last year.
Easy.
He didn't.
He won a national title with no ACLs.
Okay, that's great.
3 of them.
That's awesome.
Longest record. Win streak.
Yeah.
NCAA history.
Yeah. Okay.
Would he have gone down as the greatest all-time winning 4-0? I mean, yes.
Oh, yeah. The way he wrestled was just nasty.
It was so awesome to watch.
Just nasty.
As a basketball guy, if I knew they were on, I always turned on to watch the first match.
Right.
Just to watch him wrestle. It was probably going to be over in 40 seconds or less.
Right.
And then I could turn it, because I don't know anything about wrestling other than you get 2 points for a takedown, and you need to be on your back for 3 for a pin.
You need to be educated.
I do.
Call yourself a Hawkeye. Okay?
So, there you go.
Okay, so I don't know what it takes to get on a Mount Rushmore. Should it be 100% athletic accolades? Should it be your story?
Ooh.
Should it be team accolades? Because then, like, where does Hayden Fry come in? Where does Tom Davis come in? I would say, okay, so Tom Davis I would leave off.
What?
I would.
Why?
I would. What's the best that he did?
He turned around Iowa basketball.
Okay, but what's the best finish that he did?
No, that I don't know. That's not my head.
I mean, wasn't it like a Sweet 16?
Probably.
Okay, so I look at a Sweet 16. TJ Otzelberger did that in his first year.
Okay.
Different era.
Yep.
Different era, but I'm just saying, like, it has been done before.
That is true.
Okay? So,
Who was the Iowa coach that went to Arizona?
Lute Olson?
Lute Olson?
Yeah.
Is he on there? Because I think he got him to a Final Four.
Also, I want to say to all my Augsburg University listeners up in Minneapolis, okay, Lute Olson, former Augie, okay?
I know that.
Just so is Devin George. Remember that name, okay? Anyway, so then like Niall Kinnick. Now, obviously, he won a Heisman Trophy, right?
Yep.
So I'm not wrong on that, right?
Nope, you are right on that.
Okay, so he won a Heisman Trophy. He's got a stadium named after him.
Yep.
But we kind of both talked about the last time how a lot of where he stands in Iowa lore is a lot with his military background, right?
Correct.
So, and I think that's honorable, obviously.
Right.
I mean,
in the mystery of what happened to him.
Right, and I didn't even know that. You told me that. I didn't know that. So, I get that.
And part of me, mind you, I was a baby when Chris Street died.
Yep.
And part of me thinks that's kind of the thing with him, a little bit.
Yeah.
Is the mystery, like you saw what he could do on the basketball court. And shout out to the Big Ten for doing an awesome piece on him.
I still haven't seen that whole thing, but I started to. I was getting emotional. So I had to watch it.
You know, so when you watch that, like, dude, like he could have been a stud basketball player for Iowa. Like, how good could the Hawks have been that year?
Yeah.
Or the following year with him? And obviously, you never know. Like, that's the kind of the mystery of it.
Right. Now, I kind of forgot about this, and this is a little bit off topic. His long free throw streak that he had.
Yeah.
And when, Jordan Bohannon was approaching it, and then had the opportunity, was it to tie it or to beat it?
To break it.
To break it. And he missed it. I'm pretty sure he missed it on purpose.
He did.
Like that to me, and I don't necessarily care for Jordan Bohannon.
Really?
As a Cyclone,
I don't know why.
Okay, well, I can give you about 10.
Here?
I can give you about 10 reasons why, but I'm not going to. But like for him to do that, I think that was powerful. You know, that's another one of those things that in sports, you just look at it like, okay, that only happens in sports,
right?
Obviously, duh. But that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna cross a couple guys in my mind. I'm gonna cross a couple guys off your list.
Okay.
I've got to know Dallas Clark. I caddied for him 2 times at Thomas Celebrity Golf Outing. Great, unbelievable human being.
I'm jealous.
Unbelievable human being.
I believe that.
Would do anything for you if I ever called him and asked him. I do not believe you can have Dallas Clark on that list. Because in my mind...
Wait. Walk on to NFL star?
Yes. That's great.
Taking him off the list.
I am.
Okay.
Because I just feel like there are other athletes there that have done more. It's nothing against him. I just feel like there's other guys. It's a great story, obviously.
It is.
Great story. You get that occasionally. Great story. But I feel like the other ones are just, I don't want to say it. I'm going to say they did it themselves. Didn't have another guy throwing the ball or anything like that. Anyway, I'm kind of right, though. Brad Banks, I just think...
Runner-up, Heisman Trophy winner.
Heisman Trophy runner-up, had a great season.
Yep.
Lost Iowa State. Boom.
Oh.
Boom. Boom.
So that was your one win of the season that year?
No.
Did you have 2?
No.
To Kansas? You beat Iowa and Kansas.
What are you talking? Why you got to be like that, man?
Because in history, that's how you were back in the day.
You know what? Things have changed a little bit.
They've changed now. Recent history, yes. I actually take that back.
So what do you consider recent history? Like while I was growing up, and while you were growing up, the series was split.
You're right.
Back and forth. Okay? So all this stuff about Iowa dominating the series, you didn't even know that.
You're right.
I did. I didn't see the Cyclones beat Iowa until I was a freshman in high school.
Hey,
that was tough. Sorry, we're getting off topic here. This is a August topic.
This is, yeah.
Because especially this year.
Yeah.
When Iowa State won last year, it opened back up again.
If Iowa State does not mop
Don't say that.
off the
Do
field
not
this year.
shush.
I'm not kidding you.
You're a typical Iowa fan. Be like, oh,
No.
we suck. We're horrible. And then they go in and win 9-6.
Okay, we might win 9-6.
I'm just saying.
We could also get beat 47-6.
No, not with that defense. I don't care
No,
who they
we
graduated.
can't move the ball.
Doesn't matter. You have a punter.
Cannot move the ball.
You have a punter.
Kicking is winning.
Your special teams coach is
Kicking
probably
is
one of
winning
the best
according
ones in the
to
nation.
your brother, Tim Pollock.
Okay, well, he's probably not wrong. Okay.
Interesting. You are right. Cooper DeJean in the back. He is good for at least 7 points.
Which is just insane.
Which is the exact same amount of points our offense will put up. So that's 14.
Cooper DeJean, the only Iowa high school football player that won a state championship by himself.
It was so awesome to watch.
1 against 11.
Phenomenal.
1 against 11.
And there were times last year, that's what it looked like on the field too. When he'd pick it, it was, I'm going to take it back to the end zone, try to stop.
How that guy was at OABCIG, I have no idea.
Baffling.
No idea. Anyway.
Side note, also a stud basketball player.
Yeah, oh yeah. And he played angry too.
Yeah.
I felt like, from what I saw. Pretty awesome. Well, good. Well,
so anyway, Dallas Clark's off. Dad Banks is off.
Yeah, I just feel like you got to eliminate those two. Spencer Lee. No. And I love George Kittle. Believe it or not, I love George Kittle. But no, he didn't really become a star until he got to the NFL. He was really good at Iowa, but he was not a star.
All right, I'll give you that.
Because I truly believe he was too wild for Kirk Ferentz.
Yeah.
I really think that. He was good.
Yep, he was good.
But anyway, I'm looking back at the history of Iowa basketball, and I really can't think of anybody aside from Chris Street that you could say fit that mold.
Well, you had B.J. Armstrong back in the day.
I know, and I thought of him, but maybe we're just too young. I don't know.
I do think that. Roy Marble.
Yeah, see,
and I'm just saying this off of what I've read out of an Iowa Hawkeye history basketball book I have. My earliest recollection of Iowa basketball would have been like Ryan Bowen, Kent McCausland, Dean Oliver, Jess Settles.
Jess Settles, that is interesting. The guy that played 14 years in college.
Correct.
The original.
The original.
Yeah. That I still
with no transfer portal.
Correct. Yeah.
He did it all on his own. I don't know.
He just kept like having different aliases. I don't know.
Yep. Medical injury.
Jeez. He would be one that, and I still don't think.
Nope.
You can put him on there compared to the other guys.
No.
But I just don't. I don't look at anybody else. How about C. Vivian Stringer, women's basketball coach? Way back
Lisa
in the day.
Bluter?
Lisa Bluter's got Caitlin Clark. I don't know.
All right. I'm going to kind of change topic here.
Okay.
But we're going to stick on Iowa and girls basketball.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've been following this. I have been a little bit closer now because of Iowa women's basketball and the success they've had. But the really good guard from Louisville has entered the transfer portal.
Yep. Van Lith?
Yep. With a clause of a do not contact me because rumor is she already knows what school she's going to.
Okay.
A lot of fingers are pointing at Iowa that she will be there.
No way.
Yep.
No, I'm telling
Second
you,
one.
it won't happen.
I agree with you. I don't think it will happen either. Second one, center from Stanford. Also, a lot of fingers pointing at Iowa.
That one I believe.
That one I believe. So, let's say one of them happens. Does Iowa make it back to the championship game?
Man, I'm not saying no.
Because you have
I'm not
Caitlin
going to
Clark.
say no. Yep, you have Caitlin Clark. But, like, LSU is going to have almost everybody back, I believe. Okay?
Yep.
Almost everybody. Not everybody. Some girl got drafted tonight, I know. The Morris girl or whatever. She got drafted tonight. I mean, with that center, I'd say Iowa has to be top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3 going into next year.
Correct.
It is so hard. I say repeat like they want it. I mean, it is. Things happen, right? Now, the thing that happens that's good in the women's game, I think, is that if you have a great regular season, you're going to host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. Okay. So now, does it always work out? No. They found that out 2 years ago against Creighton. However, they're not going to mess that up this time. They're going to win the first 2 rounds. So you get to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
If you finish in the top, whatever, okay, you're probably going to play within your Midwest region.
Right.
Okay. So I think Iowa fans now are like, hey, you know what? We're pretty good. We have a generational talent on our team.
Well, you've heard about they had to do with season tickets, right?
Yes.
Like that right there just tells you everything you need to know.
Yes.
Like the buzz around women's basketball in Iowa is booming.
Correct. So I believe with that center, they're going to be really good. Now, if they got Van Lith, there's a whole chemistry thing that has to happen.
Correct. I agree with that.
I think Caitlin has shown that she can dish the ball.
Yep.
But I think most of her assists went to Sonano, Monica Sonano down below, because they did high pick and roll stuff a lot of times.
Yep.
Or kick it out to Gabby Marshall for 3.
Right.
Okay, now.
Or Kate Martin.
Or, yes. So they had weapons on the perimeter that they can kick it out to. There would be, if you're going to take Louisville's best player who needs to shoot the ball, is she willing to share? I don't know. Maybe she's a great individual.
This will be my question for you. If you're her, you know the center's going to Iowa. You got Caitlin Clark there. Would you be willing to score less, but to win a national title?
I'm not gonna say, what would I do? I think I would try to win a national title.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
That would be me.
Like I'm never gonna claim that I was the best basketball player, but
nope, me neither.
I did want to win a lot of games.
I did too.
But it's rare. I think that's, especially with the transfer portal situation going on, that is rare to have somebody that technically I would say very unselfish.
Yes.
Like that. In the world of selfishness right now in the transfer portal,
right.
You are talking with somebody that we are thinking might be one of the most unselfish people in all women's college basketball.
Correct.
So,
and there's a lot that plays into that. NIL deals and...
I heard some stuff yesterday, on another podcast I listened to. So they're saying women's college basketball is about a year behind the men in the whole transfer portal situation.
I can see that, yep.
Okay, so the women right now are where the men were a year ago.
Yep.
Wild, Wild West, the first year.
Yep.
A year ago, NIL wasn't really that much for women's basketball players. But now, a lot of the women are getting, if you're a high-end transfer, you're going to be getting 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, great for them.
Right.
Because, I also looked at, I think in 2021 or 2022, the average WNBA salary was $102,000.
Yeah.
So you're already making that.
Yep.
So in the case of Caitlin Clark, why the heck would you go to the WNBA? You got a wild animal?
I don't know. But something.
So if you're Caitlin Clark, why would you go pro?
I wouldn't.
There's no reason to,
Stay
unless
out.
you get bored.
Right.
But she's already getting attention from Nike, I believe, right?
Yep. She's signed a deal with Nike.
Okay. She's got a pretty good gig with Hy-Vee, I think. She's doing well for herself.
Yep. Not bad. And if she ever wants to come on this podcast, we'll gladly take her.
How can we make that happen?
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
How could we make that happen? I would probably be embarrassed because we're out here huffing and puffing, and she'd probably be dribbling the basketball the whole time, really putting us to shame if we weren't already. And
then she'd want to go shoot or something afterwards, and I don't know if I could stick her. I'd stick around to watch.
Hey.
But that's about it.
Caitlin, I'll rebound and throw you the ball.
Exactly.
We ain't playing one-on-one either.
No. Or pig or horse or whatever other shooting games you want to do. You win.
That's great. Well, we're getting towards the end of our walk right now. Now the last little bit. I don't know about you. So this is what episode 4 did we never really said.
So.
I think it's episode 4. I know it's crazy. I had another person reach out today asking when we were going to make another pod.
I had my mom's neighbor Saturday.
So
bring it up.
So it's crazy.
It is.
You know, we're gonna keep doing this. I wish we could kick out a couple a week, but we want you guys to want more. You know,
Right.
we don't want to overdo it, give you too much information that may or may not be factual.
Right.
So we're gonna do this as often as we can.
I do feel though we need to clarify for the people of Parkersburg.
Okay.
Like maybe our celebrity status has gone up a tick, but we had nothing to do with the taxes going up in town.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Nobody consulted us.
Nope.
Nobody asked our opinion.
Nope. Like our income is still the same.
So I want to quit. Please do not send us hate emails or texts.
Right.
Or snaps.
Yep.
Because
you don't need to stop us in Brothers and ask about it.
Yeah. Don't need that.
No.
So I think that's it for tonight. Have a great rest of the week whenever you're listening to this. And let's hope for some more good weather, eh?
Hey.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya.